What's up, everybody? I usually do live streams, but I decided not to do a live stream. I just wanted to make a video and get it done with. Basically, what I want to tell people is something that they don't get to hear every day, and that's y'all are worth doing whatever the hell it is you want to do. I never thought in a million years that I would be 33 years old and just attempting to start making music again, or to start telling jokes, to start trying to be a comedian or a fucking, I don't know. Never in a million years I could have said that. But you know something? I've noticed there's a lot more haters now. A lot more. There's a lot of people that try to shit on other people's dreams because there's dreams that they got that they're too scared to do themselves. But one thing that I'm conditioned for is I don't listen to that bullshit. I might question it, like, why do you think that? Like, give me a reason. Usually I don't have a reason. I just come off like, oh, it's because it's fucking stupid. You're stupid. I don't even know why you're trying. But I'm sure I'm not the only person that gets that shit. Like, a lot of people get shot down and shit on for trying to do shit that they want to try and do. That just doesn't wind up happening. It doesn't wind up panning out because they're A, too scared to do it, or B, they start playing into what other people say, and they're like, well, they're right. I shouldn't even try. Fuck that. It's your dream. It's your life. Do what the fuck you want to do with it. Now, I ain't saying you're going to be successful at whatever you're doing. You're not going to make, you might not make $1 million. You might make $1 million. You might not make $1 million, but at least you can say you fucking tried. You tempted it. You didn't fail. You don't fail until you give up. So if you're giving up before you even start, that's already a fail. So what the fuck are you worried about? And I refuse to quit. I never thought that I would have a vocal booth in my basement. I never thought that I'd have the little bit of equipment that I got. I never thought that I'd get people to even listen to my music. I never even thought that I would get music on a fucking streaming platform, because when I first started doing it, there wasn't streaming platforms. It was YouTube. You had YouTube, or you had a fucking CD, and you dished some CDs out to people. But even when I was doing it before, like, I didn't have fucking microphone or microphones like this. I had a microphone that I made, because I wanted to do it. And I gave up. I failed at that point. Now I'm trying it again. And I'm not looking to make $1 million. I'm looking to gain experience. I want experience doing this shit. I don't know how to master a fucking song. I'm not good at mastering music at all. Like, I'm learning it, but I'm not good at it. I'll probably never even get the money back that I spent on a little bit of shit that I got off of my music. But I can tell you this, and that's the same way with everything, like with working on cars or fucking doing plumbing and electrical work and furnace work and doing framing for houses and remodeling and shit. I didn't go to school for none of that either, and that's actually gave me a return. I've actually made money on that shit. And I didn't go to school for it. I learned it my damn self. I fucked a lot of stuff up getting there, but I learned it. My first motor rebuild, I lied. First time I rebuilt a motor, and if James watched this, he can attest to it. James Bourne, he had a blue Chevy pickup, and the one motor was bad and the other motor was good, and I had to swap all the parts off of, like, heads and everything off, put on this one. I lied my ass off. I don't even know if he knows this. I lied my ass off. Told him I'd done a bunch of them. Told him I did like 3 or 4 or 350s. Rebuilt them before. I hadn't worked on I hadn't had a one fucking motor apart before that. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. But I jumped in balls deep, and that motor fucking ran great when I was done. Because I figured it the fuck out. I wasn't scared. I'm always scared to fuck up, but I know if I fuck up, I can fix it. I've had a lot of failures, biting off more than I can chew. But it was all a learning process. And that's all life is a learning process. And I'm going to say this right now. I'm 33 years old. I first fell in love with rap music when I was fucking 9 years old. And before that, my mom always loved blues and rock. And I still love blues and rock. That's just where the shit started for me. But and I just don't understand people, how they can shit on people for trying to do something, or tell you to quit because you suck or fucking whatever. Don't worry about it. If you got something you want to do, try and do it. Just try and do it. Don't focus on how much money it's going to cost to get the best shit or whatever. Work with what you got and try and get there. Because if you get good with shit, if you would do sculptures and you could take a bunch of fucking garbage and glue it together and make a sculpture that some asshole wants to buy, then you can start getting better shit. But it's making that garbage making that garbage attractive to somebody. That's where it comes in. It takes work. And us as Americans, we have gotten used to instant gratification, which isn't how stuff works. We became a participation trophy fucking nation where we think that just because we're trying it, if we're not good at it the first time, we can just quit and say we tried, that's it. That's not how that works. If you want to be good at it, you got to practice. You're not going to just get handed shit because you tried it. But you always should try, and you always should progress, and you don't fail until you quit. Even if you think you failed and you try it again, that's not a failure. That's practice as success. It's two different things. Failure comes when you stop. When you're done. That's failing. And you caused that failure. Not the fact that it didn't work out. It's the fact that it didn't work out and you didn't try it. Then that's when you failed. And the other thing that's been driving me nuts is this political shit. This political bullshit. Look, we all realize that Donald Trump, Joe Biden, Obama, Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, realize them are all people, right? They're citizens. They're fucking people that put their pants on one leg at a time every morning, just like you. Why are we fighting with our family over this shit? Why are we putting them way the fuck up here when realistically they ain't no better than us? They're worse than us. The politicians are fucking crooks. Everybody fucking knows that. But yet there's this whole group of people that ride their dicks harder than their fucking nutsacks. Like, why? I don't get it. It's turned into a cartoon. Politics has turned into a fucking cartoon. Now, I will say this. Trump did do a lot of good shit financially for the U.S. Now, the speculation comes whether it was already in play from Obama or whether he did it. Either way, he's the face that's on it. Boom, Trump gets the fucking... From me, he gets that. All right. But as for the shitty people he brought to a head, all the racists that think they can say whatever the fuck they want to whoever they want it to, in the name of Trump and freedom, fuck you. You're a scumbag. You're a fucking scumbag for that. Because Trump as a person, I don't know whether he's racist or not. I don't give a fuck. Honestly, I think he rode that demographic just to get their votes. I don't think he is. But I will say this. He's a good businessman. But with becoming a good businessman, you got to be a shitty person. That's how that works. He didn't get where he's got by not fucking people over. So all the small businesses that are like Trump, 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 you do realize it was small contractors in New York City that he was fucking over. I think it was in the 90s. Yeah, in the 90s. What he was doing was people were bidding. He'd take that bid. He'd be like, okay, I want you to build this. They'd build it. And he'd say, I'm only going to give you this much money. And these are people with families. These are people just like you and me. They got kids that they got to fucking raise. He'd tell them, I'm only giving you this much money. Even though we agreed on this. Trump had better lawyers. So the angle worked like this. Trump had better lawyers, so he would rack these fucking people up in court and cost them more than the money that they were making for the project, forcing them into debt and having to give up their businesses. That's what he did. That's how he got the way he was. That's where he's a shitty person. But that's why we needed him for the U.S., because we had a lot of fucking other people that had a lot of other countries' hands in our pockets. He was trying to work to get us out. Nevertheless, now Biden's in office, and everybody's talking about how the fucking nation's gonna burn. Whatever. It's the same talk every election after every election after every election. If it burns, it burns. If it burns, it's our fault, not his. Because we're the shitty people that build this nation. We elect them motherfuckers. They don't hold us together. And if we're fighting each other over them, we're the fucking idiots. You do get that, right? We're the idiots. If we're punching our neighbor in the face, say, I'm a Trump supporter, he's a Biden supporter, and I get in a fist fight with him, and I go to fucking jail, and he goes to fucking jail. We're the dipshits. Trump and Biden don't find out about it. They don't give a fuck about us. That doesn't make me super fucking whatever the fuck patriotic or whatever. It doesn't make us that. So to put these fuckers up on this pedestal way up here and shit on all the people in our direct lives that affect everything around us is retarded. It's stupid. It is beyond dumb. It is regression. It is not progress. It is regression. Fuck, man. And it's cartoony as hell. I don't ever remember seeing flags the size of houses with fucking Bill Clinton's face on them. I don't remember seeing George W. Bush raps on pickup trucks. I don't remember, like, any of that shit. So it's cartoony as fuck now, man. So we all need to step the fuck back and really look at the shit that's the most important in our lives. And the less it affects us, the less we should give a shit about it. If this president says he's going to put this policy in effect, right? And you spend your whole, they'll say fucking 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, a month, 2 or 3 months worrying about that policy, and it doesn't happen, then you wasted all that time freaking out over nothing. Time that could have been much better spent fucking rearranging your sock drawer or fucking picking up a new hobby like learning how to play the flute. All that fucking panic over nothing. Because they don't give a shit except for your tax dollars and your votes. That's where they care. And they all can claim, oh, we're patriotic, we're patriots, we're for the people. No, they're not. That's why there's so many people in poverty in our country. That's why there's so many people hurting. Even before this pandemic hit. All worried about the COVID shit growing and spreading and whatever. But yet, Trump made it a point. He didn't want people mailing in votes. He wanted them people to go to the polls. So in 2 weeks, when we see the numbers start spiking again, that's probably why. Just saying that right now. Stop giving a fuck about people that don't give a fuck about you. Stop letting other people talk you down and keeping you out of doing something that you want to do. Don't let people put you down. Don't let other people's bullshit stress you out. Live the life you want to live. And if you want to live a drama-filled life, by all means, do what you do, boo-boo. That's what you need to do. But that ain't for me. That ain't for me. And I love and support everybody that loves and supports me. And if we have a disagreement, we have a disagreement. Doesn't mean I hate you over it. If you hate me because you disagree with me, that's your fucking problem, not mine. But if you got a different view on shit than me, and I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, I got friends that we don't align with shit. We talk, and that's it. And I guess the last thing I could say is, however you act online, if you can't act like that in person, then don't act like that online. Which means, if I see somebody online and I type, "You're an asshole for this reason," best believe when I see them face to face, I got no problem with calling them an asshole for that reason. These phones and this internet shit has made everybody real comfortable with being dickheads to everybody. When in real life, that shit wouldn't fly. If you're in a large group of your friends, I'm sure you'll sit there, if you got a group, but if it's just you and me, and we disagree, odds are you're going to say some hateful shit online 10 times more than what you'd say to my face. And that's fucked up. That's a bullshit game. And by the way, posting memes on the internet isn't social justice. Getting out and protesting is social. That's fighting for something. This bullshit online that everybody thinks they're doing, that ain't what it is. And don't align with shit just for clout. If it goes against your beliefs, man the fuck up and say, I don't believe in that because of this reason. I've gotten many talks over the Black Lives Matter thing. I believe it'd be a great movement. I believe it would, if it meant all the fucking time. Black Lives Matter all the time. They matter when this black man kills this black man, when this white man kills this black man, when this other fucking native kills this black man, this Asian kills this black man. That's all lives matter. When this cop does it, but not just when it's a white cop on this black guy. Black lives matter all the fucking time. And that money that goes into that shit should be filtered into the fucking communities that need it. That should be going into the hood and helping people. That should be standing up against the organized racism that actually goes on in this world. That's the way I feel. That's why I don't align with it. Because I actually have black friends. Two of my kids are black. So that shit means something to me. Not because I want to be on the right side of the foot. I want to be on the right side of the line when it comes down to it. But because it actually means something to me. Just because you can put on a fucking shirt and stand in a line and scream it at somebody doesn't mean that you're a fucking hero. Live the life every fucking day, then you'll be a goddamn hero. But I'm done with the sad talk. I took one sip and I'm exhausted. One sip of White Claw and I'm fucking ready for bed. But basically, I just wanted to get that out there. Everybody needs to be themselves and do what the hell it is they want to do with their lives to make them feel better about themselves. Stop worrying about what other people are doing. Just focus on yourself. Do what the fuck it is you want. Like I said, I wanted to be a rapper when I was 13. I'm 33, so 20 years went by and I'm still hitting it. I got a receding hairline and gray fucking hairs, and I'm still trying to kill it in that fucking booth. It just started again, and I'm like, All right, I'm going to at least try it. Because if you don't attempt, you failed. I'm not going to fail. I might not make $1 million, but it's not a failure as long as I try. Feel me? That's how that works. So, good night to all of you. I hope this helps some people. Deuces.